Yeah, because like the beginning there with this, after he does his kind of song and dance sequence on this planet
Hmm.
and actually gets down to the business of what he's there for, which is to steal this orb, it's very similar when he gets into the room with it, to me, of like the Raiders of the Lost Ark's opening scene
Sure, I can see
where
that.
Indiana Jones is like stealing that statue off the pedestal.
Hmm.
Um, and, you know, you just definitely have the feeling that Peter knows Indiana Jones and loves it and probably, you know, is, you know, used to playing like he's Indiana Jones. You know, that would have been one of his big heroes too, like us.
Oh yeah, Indiana Jones was such an influence.
Yeah.
I remember seeing Raiders. I remember seeing Temple of Doom. I remember seeing Last Crusade. And it was a big franchise. I used to have the Indiana Jones official hat.
I mean, I think we've talked about it before, but I never actually watched those until I was much older.
Mm.
But I'm very sad because that kind of action adventure stuff is the kind of stuff I would have really liked.
It's the good stuff.
Yeah.
It's an adventure where you go around the world and you have all of these puzzles,
Yeah.
which I love. And you love all of these ancient mazes and temples. And
Yeah.
I love learning secret stuff.
Yeah, I
you
mean,
know?
I played some Indiana Jones video game.
I love that.
A couple of
Atlantis?
different ones. I did that one.
Yes.
But I also had another one that was even earlier that I played on like the Commodore 64. So I was familiar with Indiana Jones, but I didn't see the movies until I was in my 20s, actually, which is crazy, but you know, my life. But yeah, I thought that there's definitely a callback to that opening Raiders scene at the very beginning of Guardians.
Well, we also have even more Indiana Jones in there. Because when they're on Nova Prime and we have Rocket, Groot, Gamora, Peter Quill all fighting for the orb, this is very reminiscent of Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom.
Okay.
Okay, and one of the early scenes, they're in Club Obi-Wan. Yes,
course.
Club Obi-Wan. They are there. And when I went to see Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom with my parents, my mother's not a big action horror person,
Right.
you know. And at the very beginning, they're doing a number from Anything Goes, and they have these beautiful costumes and
God.
singing, and you know, Kate
she-
Capshaw, yeah.
She thinks it's some like, I don't know, old Hollywood movie or something. Oh no.
Yeah, so it's just like, I was really glad she was able to enjoy that brief portion.
Yeah.
You know?
And then the shooting starts.
Yeah, I mean, it got pretty wild.
Yeah.
So, to cut to the chase, there is a diamond that actually is what Indiana Jones is after.
Mm-hmm.
And it gets dropped on the floor in a bucket of ice.
Oh gosh.
And then a fight breaks out.
Yeah.
And then balloons fall to the floor. And there are all of these champagne corks that actually cover the sound of guns. Then there's a man that gets killed with an enormous skewer. And Indiana Jones is also poisoned as well. And not only does he want to find the diamond, but he wants to find this small bottle of antidote rolling around
Oh
on
my
the floor.
God.
Yeah, so it's a very fast-paced, action-y sequence. And I was like, oh my gosh, this reminds me of Nova Prime.
That's funny. I never would have made that connection, but I totally see it now that you're saying it.
Yeah.
Because yeah, they're all scrambling after this orb.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if everybody knows. I mean, Gamora is getting it for Ronan, or supposed to be trying to get it for Ronan, but is actually trying to get it not for Ronan.
Right. Yeah, a lot of moves.
Yeah. Well, she's double crossing him, and then Peter is trying to get it to fence it, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And then I don't know why Rocket and Groot are trying to get it. Is it just because other people are trying to get it?
I don't know. I mean, maybe they were looking for the money as well. I'm not sure.
That's possible.
I agreed with you with Peter. I'm not sure if he was doing it for a bounty, but that seems right.
Well, I think that Yondu was supposed to be getting it for a bounty.
Right.
And then Peter just was like, oh, well, I'll just do it myself. Like,
yeah.
Because then he's in trouble with Yondu.
Yeah.
Because, like, it feels like he kind of works for Yondu, but he's kind of terrible and also wants to work for himself.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's just the kind of person Peter is.
A lot of independent contractors.
Yeah, no, that's for sure.
And then we also have another moment where they're on the prison planet Kiln, Okay.
Yes.
And when they're leaving, Peter actually makes mention of the Ark of the Covenant,
Uh, I
which,
didn't remember that.
yeah, direct call out
Yes.
to
Oh,
Raiders of the
well.
Lost Ark. So,
For sure.
we've got that. And then we also have, kind of the double layer because Harrison Ford also famously Han Solo,
Of course, yes.
right? And then when we're on Kiln, which is a prison planet, and they're going through this hallway, that hallway scenically reminds me of the Death Star, where
Mm.
they broke out Princess Leia.
Okay.
And we have so many Han Solo similarities because we have that scene where Peter is flying away through the asteroid field,
Oh, yeah.
right?
Totally. Han Solo.
Just like Empire. So, I mean, we have that piece. We have, we also have just the general kind of cavalier attitude.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think I would have to think that Peter Quill would want to be like Han Solo.
Oh, sure he would.